All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're live. I think people are here and they can hear me. We've got the altar of snowboarding behind me, so hopefully you're praying to it right now. Everyone needs to pray to the altar of snowboarding. Anyways, got a bunch of questions. We're going to dive into them, but before I do that, anyone that's coming to Copper Mountain this weekend, swing in through Central Village and go see my friend Matt at the LibTech demo. It's Winterfest up there, so there are free 2021 LibTech demos. He's got a slew of orcas, a bunch of T-Rice pros, a bunch of different shapes and whatnot there. Check that out. Also, shout out to my guys at Castaways Cove in Breckenridge. One, for lending me a truck so that we could get the altar of snowboarding to the house and build it, and two, for just making island drinks. Anyways, let's dive into some of these questions that we got here. All right. Good friend Water Bottle. Are the snowboard addiction training boards worth it? No, they're not. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to get a 3 liter of soda. You're going to shake the shit out of it till it's rock hard. Then you're going to tape the cap of it. You're going to get a skateboard. There's your balance board on that. Then, after you got that for balance and whatnot, you're going to go get like 2 2x4s, screw them together, and maybe put like either half a piece of PVC across the top or something and screw it down. And you're going to put some straps on that little skateboard. And there you go. There's your training board. You don't need to pay like 100, 150 bucks or 200 or whatever they charge for it. You're better off just building it yourself. All right. So hopefully that answers that question for you, bud. One Cold Frog, who actually helped build the altar of snowboarding, asks, did you get out today? I did. Went to Copper. I rode Peace Park. I was testing out the new 2021 interior plane project, Haro, and it was pressed wrong. Clearly someone had put a directional core into the board and reversed it, so it had a stiffer nose and a softer tail. So I got to hit up Pete at IPP and get a new one for product review. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, Vincent Dew, when should I ask for your avalanche stories? They're actually pretty mellow and they're not anything particular. I got fucking spin cycled at Stevens Pass, Washington, and spit out the side in a slough slide off of like a 15-foot cliff. And then at Steamboat, some jackass skiers just didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They were above me and they fucking set something off and it came off of a rock shelf and it buried me up to my armpits. Raul Duke with the $2 super chat. Thank you, bud. All right. So we got a question from Josh Rowinski. Do you have any recommendations for a traditional camber jump-oriented board? My top pick, and I own 2 of these, is the Interior Plane Project Honolulu. You got 9 millimeters of traditional camber in a stiffer board. That's going to be like my number one choice. You could also look at the Rome Agent or the Rome Mod Stale if you really wanted to. The Lago Double Barrel, the Telos Chillum, was it the Ride Burnout as well? So you got a few options there for you, bud. So yeah. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Jay Garisic 07. What's up, dude? I'm stuck between the Capita DOA and the box knife for an all mountain freestyle board. I'm on the ice coast, so leaning more towards the box knife. What do you think? So the DOA is actually more balanced for an all mountain board than the box knife, in my opinion. Box knife is, I mean, if you're riding like a small 600, like sub 1,000 vertical foot resort, the box knife will get the job done and you do have magnet traction, but the DOA is more well balanced, in my opinion, for all mountain use on there. So you got to kind of ask yourself, like, how big of a resort are you riding? Like, do you want a 50-50 park all mountain, or do you want like 70% park, 30% all mountain? Because if it's 70-30, then I would definitely go with the box knife. But if you're really hung up on getting something with magnet traction that's more camber dominant, maybe you should be looking at like a Headspace or something from GNU. Maybe like what is it? It's not the anti-gravity. Maybe it is the anti-gravity. I want to say, I don't think it's the anti-gravity. The 4 will probably be too stiff for what you're looking for. But yeah, let's see what else we got going on. Val Valiant, what can a first timer do to catch on as quick as possible? Okay, so Val, when you're starting out, the biggest thing is building muscle memory and taking your licks. You're going to eat shit and die like consistently just to get where you need to be. But the big thing is getting out and riding. And what I tell people is that every time you snowboard, you should try to scare yourself at least once a day and leave your comfort zone. Like for the last few years, my knees have been really bad, so I haven't been hitting bigger jumps. I hit a bigger jump today. It scared me. And I also fucking hit it on a board that was pressed wrong. So like I should have died, stomped it, rode away, scared the fuck out of me, but I'm ready to go back to hitting jumps now. I'm feeling fucking good. So it's like, yeah. So get out, scare yourself a little bit, leave your comfort zone. Like, you know, you start on your green trail, you go to your blue trail, then you go to your black trail, then you double black, then you triple black, and then, you know, into the trees, and then you pray you don't die. That's kind of everything that you got going on there. Right. Dominique Perry with the $5 super chat. Looking at a Camber Park board, I rode the Captain Outsiders and fell in love. I'm deciding between Captain Outsiders, the DOA, or Burton Name Dropper. You've rode it. You fell in love. Go fucking buy it. Live happily ever after. That's all you need, man. I put my stamp of approval on it. Yeah. All right. Adam Cole, have you ridden any of the 2021 Battalion boards? As a Battalion fanboy, I'm super intrigued by that air ride thing. Don't know what the fuck that air ride thing is, but I did ride Party Wave Plus, Camel 2, Thunder, Disaster, Global Warmer, and The Blow. So those reviews are all done. If you're a member of Angry Snowboarder VIP, you'll be getting a review a day in written form early starting June 1st, I think like 9 a.m. So like every day at 9 a.m. or around there for all the Angry Snowboarder VIP members starting June 1st, they'll be getting the written reviews. So far, I've written about 20 of the 2021 stuff. I know I've got Capitas and Marhars coming in. Just finished up with I got one Kemper left, so I'm almost done with those. I rode like 5 Borealis boards. Some of the Rosnell stuff, actually, like this After Hours in a 53, which is actually a women's twin version of the Sashimi, is fucking sick. I wish I'd grabbed the 56 because it would have been stiffer, but this board needs to be in the fucking guys line. Kevin and I have started riding women's boards, and we demand them in the guys lines for brands now. So yeah. Flow job with the 449 super chat. Thanks, bud. Will Houchins, what do you think of the Never Summer Mountain Slayer? I don't fucking care to think about it. I'm not going to think about it. Fuck them. Fuck that brand. Fuck that board. Okay. Let's see what else. Tyler Rutto, do you think there really is a difference with Magna Traction? Also, does a Vario side cut actually grip better or as good as Mag? It doesn't grip better. It grips differently because the way that they do their bullshit camber profile and how it comes in, you need that Vario grip to lock the board in or it goes full fucking saucer sled. But the problem is they're putting too much camber and they move the Vario in so the boards are super fucking hooky on the inside of their feet. Magna Traction works, and I think we're on like generation 12 of Magna Traction now. So the big thing with Magna Traction is like when it first came out, those serrations were aggressive, and if you looked at them in the way that they came out, they were so defined that you were locked in, and now they've kind of mellowed it out more. If you really look at it compared to a Gen 1 to now, they're a lot more mellow, but they do grip better, and it does engage. It's a visual tech. But the same thing can be said about like a K2 side cut because I think it's something like 18 radiuses in there. They just blend them all together, so there's not this visual tech that's in there, but it does work. So if you're like really hung up on edge tech and you need visuals, I think Magnetraction is better than Vario. I think Grip Tech from Arbor is better than Magnetraction. I think Underbite is as good as Magnetraction, which is from Yes. But and then if you look at like serrated edges or shark bite edges, or there's a whole slew of boards with similar bullshit coming out. So it's all there. Let's see. Logan Terracani. I'm on the East Coast looking for kind of an all mountain volume shifted partyish board. Lumberjack or ride TwinPick. I'm a bigger dude also. Lumberjack, hands down, man. One, I had a hand in developing it. Two, it's the fucking Lumberjack. That board does not suck. Three, it's just a better board than the TwinPick. Like the TwinPick is kind of a fucking turd, in all honesty. Like it's okay. It's mediocre at best. There are so many better boards out there. So go with the Lumberjack or the Lumberjack X. You got your choice. You got your flat to rocker or you got your camber. Okay, Jack Ripper, how often do you tune your bass? I know you don't wax. I'm curious how often you maintain it. I maintain it as need be. So what was it? Right after I got back from New York, I took all my boards in. So that was like early January. So I took my Endeavor Archetype, my Tellus Backslash, and my Rome Warden, and I stone ground them. And the only one that probably needs more work is that Endeavor Archetype, but that's because I put a core shot like this long in it and like that wide all the way across it. And even though I filled it, that board's not flat. Plus, the channel has sucked up. Basically, that board's on its fucking last legs. It's become a rock pow board, and it's sad just because I rode that thing so aggressively last season because we had so much snow that I just fucking destroyed it. So that board's done. The Backslash, I'll probably stone grind it right when the spring hits. So, like, depending on how the snow comes into Colorado, but Copper is going to close like about April 20th, 21st. And when that happens, that means I'm going to A Basin, which the snow conditions will be a little different. I'll probably take that in. The Warden can just fucking stay the way it is. It's an extruded base. I don't really give a shit. I'm going to run over rocks in the spring with that thing. And that thing is going to probably get destroyed. If I don't destroy it, I'm just going to donate it to Shred Foundation at the start of next season anyways. But realistically, you kind of look at the boards and you just go, okay, does it look like it needs some more structure to it or not? You can run your finger across it. And if you don't hear the structure and you need something to break up the suction, you can do that. Sometimes you just have to take it in and just fucking throw it into across the belt once or twice, and just kind of buff it out and take the burrs off the edges and any little danglers of P-Tex, and you go from there with it. So, yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Also, is the sound quality good for you guys? I'm trying something new here, so I'm not sure if the sound quality is good or not. Really hoping it is because I didn't have time to plug an external microphone in to get this working. So I'm really hoping that's good. Also, hopefully we're not lagging because I forgot to hardwire the computer in. I will be hardwired in for the 7 o'clock live stream. Also, for any of you guys that don't know, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time tonight, we'll be doing another live stream. I'll be here. I think Kevin's going to jump into the chat. Not sure if Creepy Superfan Alan Russell will be there or not. He said he was going to. So, yeah, hopefully that answers okay, all you guys' questions. We got another super chat from JCJT SPEC. Thanks for recommending the Westmark Rocker. When I asked about upgrading the saw blade, the Westmark is much more stable. The saw blade is my rock board now. Hey, you're building that quiver, man. You made the right natural progression. So, you're there. I'm glad that's working out for you. I love hearing that stuff is working out for you guys. Also, shout out to my local shop, Gravity and Copper. If you guys are looking for any LibTech, Jones boards, check them out. I know that they still have a 59 Stratus, and people are looking for that board because it was a limited release. So check that out. I think they also still have a Fun Guy left as well, which is Nicholas Mueller's version of the Orca. So shout out to Gravity Snowboards and Copper. Check them out. Let's see what else we got going in here. Flowjob. Hey, Avran. How many boards can one own before people can legitimately call you a snowboard herder? I think, it varies from person to person. And their relationship with their family and whatnot. But Kevin lives in a 2-bedroom condo with him and his girlfriend and their little wiener dog. He has taken over a whole other bedroom. It's full of snowboards. And I don't even mean these are like good snowboards that he keeps. I mean, there are like some legitimately shit ass snowboards that people have left at the shop that he just took because he wanted to have them. And I think he's up to something like 20 or 30 boards in there. And it's almost as bad as his girlfriend's Tupperware habit. But, like, I don't find that strange. I know for me, like right now in this room, looking around, like you guys see these 2 boards. There's a stack of 10 boards there. There's 3 boards there. There's 3 boards there. And then like another 10 boards there. There's a box of Capita in the hallway, a board bag full of battalions. There's 2 Kempers. And then I know in the bedroom, there's like another 15 or 20 boards. It's when you're stumbling over them and you're either not displaying them or, they're just taking up space where you could put something else that I think you're kind of hoarding. But by and large, I'm not too worried about snowboard hoarding. I mean, I actually just left the History of Snowboarding group, and I'm not a member of Dig My Quiver, but some of those people are fucking obscene with like 50 fucking snowboards, and they just have them stacked in the corner somewhere. Like I always find it awesome when I see someone that's like got a whole room and they're nice and neatly displayed and they're showing them off. I mean, come on, there's dudes out there older than me that have G.I. Joe action figures, like have whole rooms in their house dedicated to G.I. Joe action figures. Nothing wrong with that. I watch a lot of YouTube videos about people collecting G.I. Joe action figures, but I find it borderline creepy. It's just like the dude that owns all the fucking, he's like a brony or whatever, and he's got all the My Little Pony shit. It's just, same shit, different day. People are just collecting all sorts of shit. All right. Kreka3 with the $5 super chat. Thanks, bud. No question? Let's see. All right. What else we got going on here? All right. Water bottle. How do I convince my mom to let me skip school for a day for Jake? All right. I'm really good about this. My mom was really cool with me skipping school to go snowboarding. As long as your grades are up. And I'm not even talking like you have to be a solid A+ student. Like I was a D- or C+, but as long as I got to a C+, my mom would let me skip school. But you need to tell her that like, Mom, school will always fucking be there. I can miss one fucking day. This is a remembrance for a man that created an industry, a culture, a sport, a lifestyle that I love right now. In 20 years from now, am I going to remember this day in school, Mom? No, I'm not going to fucking remember this day. But I will remember skipping it to go meet up with other snowboarders and snowboard and celebrate a man that created something that we all love. And that's how I would approach it. You got to look at it logically. No emotion. Don't cry. Don't scream at her. Don't hit your mother. But, you just go, Mom, in 20 years, is it going to matter that I went to school on this day? It's a Friday. No one's going to care. I'm mentally checked out anyways. We all know the weekend's coming. Or I could go out, be physically active, have some fun, meet some new people, experience a culture, and have fun. That's the way you got to look at it. So, yeah. I think that would get your question. Okay. Vincent, too. How many bikes does Kevin own? We don't talk about that. It's just like his running habit and his everything else that he's got. We don't talk about that. Honestly, I don't even fucking know. Probably too many. All right. Vincent, dude, Battalion Carver has a new carbon layout in 21, I think. Will that be covered as well? I didn't grab one from Chad, and my local rep, Chad Lewis, good man. And I'm probably not going to grab one. There's just other stuff coming through. Like, Battalion was like the first brand I just cranked through everything. But I did ride the Camel 2 in like 45 inches of snow. I also ran 2 Red Bull athletes over with it. 2! Because it was during Dew Tour. The snow was so fucking deep, they sunk in, and it was like whack-a-mole. Their head would pop up as I was coming by, and I just hit them. Just right up and over them. So battalions, they'll run over Red Bull athletes. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. Did I miss any questions? I don't know if I missed anything. Scan grid. Hey, Angry, I'm tall and skinny, so I end up riding shorter boards with a relatively wide stance. Usually need to be maxed out on the inserts. I've noticed on some rocker camber boards, my bindings sit right at the transition between rocker and camber. I feel like this might be preventing the camber being engaged as intended. Any idea on the effects of riding far from reference stance? Why are you riding a fucking... I am 6 feet tall. 6'1" in snowboard boots. I ride a 21.5-inch stance. Like, this whole wide stance thing, I get it's personal preference, but a lot of it is a throwback to like 15 years ago when everyone was rocking them really wide. And actually, if you bring it in, you're going to have better control. What you're feeling more than anything with your stance being way out on there is you can't get that load into the camber section because you're so far out. So you're not getting a load. So you're not driving the board as appropriately as you could be. So ideally, like, you want to be a little more in so you can weight and unweight it and drive it. My suggestion, move your stance in about a ½ inch. Ride that for a week. Then move it in another ½ inch and ride that for a week. And then from there, maybe move it in another inch if you need to. But I mean, like, most people that have a stance, like, I think the max you should ever go is like 23, 23.5. The weirdest stances I've ever seen are like, there was a dude that showed up to a demo one time, and I think he was like bitching that he couldn't get like a 32-inch stance. He wasn't even that fucking big, but he needed it that wide. Let me tell you, it was fucking weird. Okay, what else we got going on here? All right. Oh, Kevin is in the chat, everybody. Brian Mullane, is that an altar to snowboard? It is the altar of snowboarding. We made it. We pray to it. Now repent for your sins. Okay, Jeff DeMoose 776. I always slide off rails when doing 50-50s. Do you have any tips for locking into 50-50s? Yeah. So your problem is that you're not concentrating on the end of the rail. So here's the thing. So if this is the rail and you're coming in like this, what I want you to do is when you're coming in, you look at the start of the rail. Then you keep on looking all the way to the end. So the whole time you're on the rail, you're looking at the end. When you're about halfway through, you start looking at the landing. Do it. You want to stay flat base, shoulders square, make sure you know it's parallel, it's even with the fucking rail, and go with it. Like, that's it. That's literally it. Like, look at the end of the rail. That will change the dynamics so much. All right. Dweezy, sup, Angry. Took your advice on going to Maximize up in Canada and had the best time of my life over there trying new tricks. Solid. Maximize is actually like a really cool thing. I think Max Hunault has a good thing going there. Also, the furry convention was at Copper. Were you there? You deviant. We all know you're a furry. All right. Okay, Banana Pants. I normally ride 157-ish stiff cambered park boards, but I recently got a 66 swallowtail powder gun, and I love it for groomers in all conditions. What board do you love riding that isn't conventional? All of them? I am the fucking king of riding unconventional boards, and I ride them. I ride my Telos backslash in the park. I ride my K2 Cool Bean in the park more than anything. Like everyone's like, oh, you have a Cool Bean. You're going to go out and ride POW? And I'm like, no, that's my favorite park board. I ride that thing for park all the time. I love hitting half pipe with it. I love hitting rails with it. It's like one of my favorite boards for doing board slides with because it's so wide. And you do it. My Endeavor Archetype is one of my favorite boards for jumping off hips with. Like when I'm hitting hips, that board's phenomenal. I ride so many unconventional boards that it's hilarious. Like, it's fine. Like when I had Big Pink from Nitro, the quiver cannon, the big one. I would spend more time just ripping groomers on the thing than going after POW. Like I took it in POW, don't get me wrong, but I was just like, I just want to go carve with it, and I do that. And like I love unconventional shapes, like the Leviathan over here. Great POW board, don't get me wrong, but I had a blast carving with that. Or the After Hours over here, which is actually like a twin sashimi, but for women. I spent more time riding Peace Park on that than I did blasting POW. I mean, I spent like a solid 2 hours blasting POW, but I probably spent like another 3 hours riding Peace Park with that. So yeah. Let's see. Okay. What else we got going on here? All right. Krika, I've sold my GNU space case and I regret it much. It was perfect for me, not too soft, not too stiff. I'm looking for a do-it-all board. Groomers Park. Would you recommend something similar? Cheers. Yeah. So, oh god, what is that board that replaced the space case? Is it the anti-gravity? I would say you might like the GNU anti-gravity. The 4 would be too stiff. You might even like a headspace from GNU. I think that would stay in there. Otherwise, if you wanted to venture out of your comfort zone and maybe check out some other boards, check out the Rome Buckshot, the Yes Libre. Jackpot might work. If you did Capita, I think you would want the Ultra Fear over the Horoscope. I think, trying to remember, with Ride, the Kink, K2, possibly the Bottle Rocket, and the GNU Finest. That's it. The Finest. That's what replaced the space case. Actually, fuck everything I suggested. Go buy the GNU Finest. Like, hands down. You're good. Just go buy. Okay. MPIC00, looking to get back into hitting the park jumps again. Used to be a park rat in Vermont before I moved to Mammoth and became an all-mountain rider. Proper speed is crucial. Yes, it is. Speed is key, but everyone should always be a well-balanced rider. Like, unless you're just so stuck in your ways. But I think being a well-balanced rider really helps you. Like, I fucking spent most of the day today just fucking Peace Park lapping until I had to ride that horribly built board, and it fucking sucked. Dan Rao, where's the best place to find used cool boards, cool beans, spams, etc.? Any hidden gems other than the usual? Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, specifically San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle, Portland, Denver, New York City. New York City is a really good one. Manassas, Virginia, Langley, Virginia, and Baltimore. So you're probably saying to yourself, but some of these places aren't anywhere near mountains. No, but they're near people that work in tech and just spend money on stupid shit. Like San Francisco, people buy stupid shit all the time. They're like, we're going to Tahoe, blah, blah, blah. They buy stupid shit and then they fucking use it for like 3 days and they realize they suck at snowboarding and they never do it again. Facebook Marketplace. And the good thing with Marketplace is you can move where you want it to actually look for stuff. It's better than Craigslist. It's better than Kijiji. It's better than eBay. Like Facebook Marketplace is where you find stuff. It's where I hunt for cars all the time. And when I'm looking at stuff, like I just found a 69 Firebird convertible. It's not show quality, but it's daily driver quality with 80,000 miles on it for under 20,000. I'm probably going to go take a look at it. But stuff like that, like you can find if you know what you're doing. Like when I was looking for my Volvo, I knew I would literally just move from state to state with it and track down the Volvos I was looking at, and that's how I was able to find 14 of the one I was looking at. And I just kept calling every dealership to see who would get me the best deal. But you can literally find Facebook Marketplace is by far the best for people dumping cool shit for cheap ass prices. Like here's a classic example. iPad Pro with Apple Pencil, 3 cases, keyboard case, everything like that. And this isn't the base model. This was at the time it was the high end one. It's like 2 years old now. The woman put it up, I think, for $750 or something with everything that she had on it. I think I bought it for $350 because she just wanted to move it. The thing's absolutely fine. It had Apple Care when I got it. So yeah, Facebook Marketplace. Always check that out. Yeah, right. Let's see. Dr. Chad Bettis just got back from Japan and took a couple of your wrecks, the sushi and the backslash. Sushi was unstoppable over there. Had fun with both, but the sushi was perfect in the deep powder. I'd hope so. It's like this fucking wide. That thing is phenomenal. Like, it's got great float. Like between the sushi, I'm a backslash guy because I like to carve a little bit more, and I like the versatility. Plus, you got a little more tail off the backslash. But glad you got over there and actually got good snow. I was talking to someone today, and they were saying that they weren't able to. The snow hasn't been that good over there this year. It's like worst winter in like 30 years or something. Also, any of you guys tuning in, just get in here, put your questions over in the chat box, and I will definitely be answering them. If you have questions for Kevin, he is also in the chat moderating, so he will do that. Shout out to my local shop, Underground Snowboards in Breckenridge. If you're looking for rarer or harder to find boards, check out their website, give them a call. If you're coming through, swing in. I know that they still have a bunch of Jones stuff, a bunch of Yes stuff, and a bunch of Capita stuff that usually would sell out by now. So, definitely give them a look. All right. Let's see. Brian Shea, hidden gem spots to eat in Copper you won't find online or get from the hotel front desk. There's really no hidden gems in Copper. Like, what's there is there. My favorite place is Mahi's Tacos. It's across the bridge in center, just past Gravity. John and the guys over there always take care of me. If you do go there, Flaco Taco. That fucking phenomenal. Also, surprisingly, the vegetarian taco is the best taco on the menu. Otherwise, there's toast if you like brunch and other things. There's the mac and cheese place, which I think is garbage, but everyone raves about. It's Velveeta fucking cheese squirted on noodles. It's nothing fucking special. Incline's okay. 10 Miles okay. There's Mother's, which is the Italian. In all honesty, if you're at Copper, there's the free bus. If you don't have a car, fucking hop it into Frisco. Go to Frisco. Go to Kemosabe. Go to Fifth and Main. Ollie's in Frisco is good. Ollie's in Breck is garbage. Don't eat there. Let's see. If you want, what else is there? There's Bagali's. Greco's as well is good. Spinelli's is probably my favorite. It's over by the Walmart. And then Pure Mountain Kitchen, which is backed by the Whole Foods in Frisco, is fucking phenomenal. And you'll probably actually see Torstein sitting at the bar there. So that's cool. Plus, Ben West, that does some of our video editing and has helped us in the past, is one of the cooks there. So that would be my recommendation. But Copper, by and large, it's just you're fucking there. Like, you're either going to buy it or you're not. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Ryan Guthrie, watched your review of the Captain Mercury. It looks like a solid one-board quiver all mountain style. Can't find a 57 anywhere. Comparable board, or should I keep looking for one? 5'10", 180 pounds, size 10 boot. Ryan, Underground Snowboards Breckenridge, I believe that they still have one, as well as, oh no, Gravity sold out. But I think Underground still has one. Otherwise, if you're looking for something comparable, Ride Algorithm or the Jones Mountain Twin would be the two most comparable, in my opinion. You could also throw the Rome Agent in there if you want to. So there's 3 options for you. Let's see what else we got going on here. Chuck Van, looking at the Yes, the Y. I'm 5'7", 210 for 70% all mountain, 30% power. Do you think the 54 or 57 would serve me better? How will it handle the deep stuff? So I rode the 54 at 205 pounds, and I got that into like 14 inches of snow, and it was phenomenal. It cut through everything. If you want something a little stiffer, obviously bump up to the 57 in the deep stuff. That board is phenomenal. I mean, you got to understand the Y is just a softer version of the Optimistic. So it's got more torsional flex, which makes it a little more playful. The other thing that you could look at if you're looking at Yes is maybe the hybrid. But the Y, the way I refer to the Y is it's the poor man's Optimistic. It's like you don't want to spend as much money on an Optimistic and you want something with a little more torsional flex. That's what you get. It's a phenomenal board. Like, it's a phenomenal board. You couldn't really go wrong with either size for you. Okay. Val Valiant, it seems like you're really fond of the K2 ray gun. Can you elaborate on why that is? Because it's a intermediate board that my ass can get on. I know how it's going to ride. It's solid every time I get on it. It never disappoints. It's not a lackluster like board to start with and progress with. It's one of those decks that when you get it, you can go out, you can shred it, you can do everything you need with it. And it's so well balanced that you can like park focus, you can go chase POW, you can ride groomers, you can learn to carve, you can advance your carving capabilities. It's a board that, like, I always joke that if I'm somewhere and there's a K2 demo and I need to grab a board and everything else is out, I know I can grab that board and I could ride it all day and I would never have a problem riding it. It's one of my favorite boards to recommend for someone starting out or like a low level intermediate that's progressing, because you can get on it and it's just going to do what you need it to do. Mike Garcia, have you had a chance to ride the Will snowboard? I have. Part of the reason I haven't done the review was I was waiting for them to reorder their boards and put them up on their website so that I can drop the review and the same time that it's there. So people are watching it, they're buying, it's helping the company. It's also making snowboarding healthier and stuff like that. The other thing was I was waiting to finish building the altar of snowboarding behind me for a background. Now that it's been built, Saturday after I get back from Denver, because I got to get my car worked on, I'm going to try to record that review, and I got a few other ones that I'm going to do, but you'll probably see the review for that maybe next week, actually, as early as next week. I know I'm going to drop the Signal WoW review next week, so I think that maybe dropping that Will review next week. I got to talk to Billy. I've been really busy. Also got really sick for like 3 weeks, like almost died. I lost 15 pounds. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. Ian Angelus, Captain DOA or outer space living, hitting park and love bombing hills, medium to large jumps and jibs. If those boards overlap each other so much, and realistically the difference is the camber profiles in there, I would probably say outer space. Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of the indoor, not the outer space living. You probably actually want to go with the DOA now that I think about it. I'm sorry, I confused. Got too many boards on the brain. But you probably want to go with the DOA. I think that would be the more for the medium and large line. I think that would be the better choice for you there. So yeah. Shit. Well, let's see what else we got. Okay. Julius Steckley picked the wire Directive up, and it's great, dude. That board's phenomenal, and it's such a unique ride because it's got those super defined flex points in the nose and the tail, like where you can lock in. Like that board just locks into presses, unlike anything in that category that I've ever been on. I know Rob is sending the new. They got a new POW shape for this year, and he's supposed to be, I think, sending that relatively soon for us to review, but Wired's got a good thing going. Mr. Mile High Ninja got an indoor survival, but found a spring break twin from 1819. Would it be better as an all mountain board, mainly to help with the heel side carves? In all honesty, it maybe if you want that asim, like I feel like the spring break twin carves exceptionally well. Same thing with the assimilator. It's not for everyone. You've got more than a size 10 foot, it might be a little too narrow for you. But between those two, like there's a lot of overlap with those boards. if it's a good deal, like if that board is under $250 and it's not beat to shit, like it's one of those boards that's like it's either never been ridden or it's got like 1 or 2 days on it, I would say definitely do it. Otherwise, if not, save the money, go snowboard more. Let's see. Robbie Ashton rode a Yes Globe NSB in mixed conditions, had an awesome time on it. Any comparable boards for all mountain? So for that board, I love that board. More comparable to it would be like the Jones Ultra Mountain Twin. That would really be comparable, but you might find that too stiff. Otherwise, the ride algorithm will be a little too soft compared to that board. The LibTech eJack knife actually fits right up there with that board as well. Ian Angelis with the $5 super chat. Thanks for all your hard work. Last question. What do you think of Icon raising the price and having less mountains? Did they raise the price? I haven't even paid attention to it and lost some mountains. You're still getting value. I haven't paid attention to if Icon or not. I literally just buy the damn, like, put the money down at the end of the season and then they do like 2 or 3 payments. I don't even pay attention to it. I know right now I think I've got 50 days on my Icon pass already. So like, what am I paying? Like, I think like $10 a day, something like that. I can't remember. I don't know. No, what am I paying? Like $18 a day? I don't know. Like, it makes it worth it. So yeah, if that's your thing. I really haven't seen anything. Yeah. All right. What else we got going on here? Marcos and Angie Romero, first season riding a Never Summer westbound. Rode a T-Rice Pro today at Copper today. Ditching the Never Summer. Would you do Orca or T-Rice Pro all mountain freestyle rider? I'm pretty sure I actually set you up on that T-Rice Pro today. If you like it, you like it, buy it. Like, that's it. You don't need the Orca. If you know you've ridden it, do it. Otherwise, if you're going to be at Copper tomorrow, go ride the Orca, see if you like it, because the Orca does get an overhaul. They go to the horsepower construction for 2021. But yeah, if you rode that T-Rice, I think you're solid. You liked it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I actually set you up on that board today when I was turning screws. And just so for anyone that's just tuning in right now, if you're in Denver or you're coming to Copper this weekend, there is a free LibTech demo in Center Village with my friend Matt Olson, and he's got his helper Mike there. You'll notice it's right next to the Subaru Village that's going on there because it's Winterfest. Go demo some 2021 stuff. He's got almost every size of Orca and doubles in it, I believe. Go check that out. He does have a 195 Doughboy shredder. If you're feeling courageous, go check that out as well. The new T-Rice that comes in the 59.5, check that out. But yeah, he's got a bunch of boards. And tell him Avran sent you. Like, go and tell him Avran sent you. So yeah. Okay, what else we got going on here? Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Arfau, how's the new Solomon Assassin? Not too soft in comparison to last year's? Are you talking the 2020 or the 2021? Because I haven't ridden the 2021 yet. 2020, actually, I think I only rode the Pro last year. I mean, they softened it. What did they do? They softened it up for 2020. Just a hair in the tip, so it was a little more pressable overall. The Assassin's actually a solid board. That fucking side cut though, like, it's questionable at times. Like, it'd be totally consistent. Then one day you're just like, why is this thing not gripping? What the fuck is happening here? So yeah, let's see what else we got going on here. Okay, did I miss anything? Brooke Heebs, have you ridden the K2 Alchemist yet? Is it a game changer? No, I haven't ridden it yet. I think I'm getting it next week, maybe. We're tracking down, like, because I asked for a specific size and they didn't have it, so I got to go up to the next size. And I think Ben Bruce, my rep, is dealing with his boss Nate Love, and they're just trying to figure out orchestrating boards and getting them to me. But I'm hoping next week I'll be on that. Which, if I am, that means sometime in June or July, the early written review of that will drop on Angry Snowboarder VIP. Otherwise, we're going to do another mass drop of reviews this year, just like we did last year, where I dropped like, what was it, 117 reviews in one day at midnight. Probably going to just do a repeat of that again and then do a full day of live streaming so that everyone can get their questions answered for that. So if you're a member of VIP, you'll get that review probably 2-3 months early. Otherwise, you'll have to wait. I think we did it September 15th, or maybe it was or was it October? I can't remember. You guys probably know better than I do. Let's see what else is going on. Greg Hansen, what's your stance on wrist guards? I shattered my wrist in Peace Park of Copper. 8 screws and a plate. Should I wear them when I get back? So here's the thing with wrist guards, and people don't realize this is so what they're actually protecting is more of a dislocation of the wrist. And so what they do is they move the break point. So if you really impact, they move them further back down the forearm. So you're going to break the arm further back. So you're not breaking it up here where you probably have to have it pinned back together and plate put in. So it's going to be back here. By and large, and this is coming from a guy like, watch my hand, guys. Like, you see how that thing is popping. I refuse to wear wrist guards because the one time that I did, I fucked my scaphoid up with it. So you got to ask yourself if it's worth it. But wrist guards, by and large, they're really not designed for the way we fall on snowboards. Let's see. Vincent Dew, where should we place the to be sacrificed virgins on the altar? Don't you worry about it. I will do the sacrificing around here. You will just pray to the altar of snowboarding, which, by the way, I still got to finish decorating it. It doesn't have enough decorations on there. Also, if you guys haven't checked out Curator Publishing, definitely do it. Like their books, these coffee table books that come out once a year for snowboarding, fucking phenomenal. I think it's like $45 US. They ship worldwide. I don't think they've sold out completely. So if you haven't checked them out, it's good stuff. All right. Two Thumbs Workshop. Saw a guy in the mountain wearing a white one piece, white/black snowboard, black bindings, white rear rock helmet, white and black backpack, and a white speaker. Full stormtrooper. Did you fucking push him into a fucking tree? Like, push him into the trees. Like, that guy does not deserve to be anywhere near us. That guy's not a snowboarder. He's not even a person that snowboards. He's just a fucking kook. Fucking kook. All right. Let's see. Ben Kruger, got a War Pig 48, weigh 150 pounds, love it everywhere. Looking for something more playful when rad dadding with kids, thinking Slush Slasher. Is it different enough to justify? If so, 143 or 147 other sticks. So 43 for sure. Slush Slasher will be different because you're not going to have as much tail. So you're going to be doing a lot more carving off that back foot. And it just changes the dynamic of it. Plus, you're on a 48 War Pig, which I believe rides more like a 55. If you go to a 43 Slush Slasher, that's like you're going to be throwing it around. If you're looking for something unique and different that you can really downsize on, I'm trying to think what else would be good. Like maybe like a LibTech titty fish or a short wide, but I think you're on the right track with the Slush Slasher. I think like then you've got like the two volume shifted boards. So you got like the one that you can pretty much ride anywhere, and you got like the full blown party board. The only other board that I would probably say is the Battalion Party Wave. That might be another one to check out. So yeah. Okay. All right. Did I miss a question here? Nope, I think we're caught up there. Jed Knight, can you do a custom X vid and film riding it? There seems to be no content of riding the later custom X's on YouTube. Funny content, by the way, love it. Yeah, that's just not gonna fucking happen. I ain't got time to go fucking film myself riding every fucking board I get on. So no, it's not gonna happen. On top of the fact, Burton's kind of a pain in the dick to get boards from. So definitely not happening. I probably have to wait till next year, the start of the season, and hope that Gravity or Underground gets some custom X's for demo and I can grab one. So yeah, there you go. So Panatan, have you tried riding a Karua shaped board? I've tried to get them, haven't gotten them. But yeah, so let's see if I can. I gotta email him again and see. Horatio Nachito, good all mountain board for 250-pound rider. What size as well? The 250, like smallest size, you're probably looking at like a 163, but you're probably more like a 165, 167. I would actually look at the Jones Ultra. Let's see. So you're talking all mountain. I don't know if you're going free ride or freestyle. So we're gonna go with either Jones Ultra Mountain Twin or Ultra Flagship. Being that heavy, you could actually get away with the bigger size, and you'd probably be able to flex it. Would be the Ride Helix. Let's see. I would look at this year. It's the Libtech Swiss knife, but next year it becomes the TRS. So you could also look at the TRS as well. The GNU Mueller. If you did Rome, I think. Oh God, what is that one? It's not the Sawtooth because I think they. Or do they still make the? No, they don't make the Sawtooth anymore. Fuck, what is that board? God, there's that one board from Rome, and it's not the National. I can't think of it right now. You could look at like a niche story or even a Maelstrom as well. Probably the story would be stiffer. If you did Capita, Black Snowboard to Death, if you got a bigger foot, Warp Speed. Let's see, and I think that gives you like enough options right there. Also, for anyone that's just tuning in, if you have questions, put them over in the chat box. I will be answering them for at least a little while longer. We're 52 minutes in right now on this live stream. We have another one coming in at 7 p.m. tonight. We're going to do like 7 to 9, 7 to 10, somewhere in there, maybe some late night. You'll get some stories in there. Got a great story about a skier I sprayed this week. Like, you guys will like it. So let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see. Jake XSV. Any online stores or shops except trade-ins on gear to make upgrading less fiscally painful? I don't know about that, but what I would do, and this is what I used to do for years, is when I would upgrade, I would just sell my old stuff locally. And this is like pre like putting it on Craigslist. Like this was just like telling people I had it available. But I would, I ride a board, pay like $500, ride it through the whole season, and then I'd sell it for like 250 the next year. You could do that. If you want to try to take a charitable donation off your taxes, you can always donate your gear to the Shred Foundation, shredfoundation.org. They do accept gently used gear. None of this broken ass bullshit that people send me photos of. Oh, will they take this? No, it's fucking broken. I'm talking like gently used, but then because they're a 501c3, you can get a tax deduction on that off your taxes at the end of the year. I always get a deduction for the amount of stuff, whether I'm paying for shipping for stuff that I'm sending there or whatever. So you could always do that route. But yeah, I think just even putting it up on the Facebook Marketplace, you could probably sell it. Otherwise, I think there's like, what is it? Is it Snowboard Gear Trader or some shit? It's a Facebook group. I don't do those Facebook groups because there's too many fucking pickle dicks on there that want to play big dick swinger and get in a fight with me over something and they don't know as much as I do. So it's like hard being the smartest guy in the room. Kevin Chow, toe box on my back foot is getting crumpled by my toe strap. What do I need to change? So it's either the setting on where you have the strap, you're over cranking it, or you've creased your toe box and it's done. If that's the case, what I would recommend that you do, pull your freaking liner out and get some of that 3M adhesive foam at tonar.com and trace it around the top of the boot, which it's going to suck up some volume. So you got to be prepared for this. But what that'll do is it'll stiffen it up underneath that crease point. And actually, if you watched, there's a video for it in the Boot Fitting 101 on how to suck up volume in the toe of a boot. But that might be the option. The other thing is your boots might have just hit the lifespan that they have too. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Songlin Yang, how would you compare Warpig and Black Snowbird of Death? I wouldn't. They're in two opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, opposite fucking ends. They don't even ride similar. Like, they're not even in the same category. Like, if you're looking at both of them and you have to choose, buy both of them because they're both going to ride different. Like, they have their specific things. They're not in the same category at all. Like, if you said Mountain Pig and Black Snowbird Death, yes. But War Pig and Black Snowbird Death, no. Let's see. Carl Bryson, I entered my first bank slalom. Any suggestions on board Signal, Yup, or GNU Mule? So the Yup is actually designed for a bank slalom board, and the way that it rides with that setback camber, you're going to be able to initiate it out of the bank turn. So when you go in, you'll be able to load it up and then push off that tail to drive you through from the turn to the flat and back into the turn. The Mule is probably going to be a little too stiff, and it's not going to have enough torsional flex so that, like, if you get bucked into the high end or the low end of the bank turn, it's just not going to compensate as well. Okay, what else we got going on here? Let's see. Ty Guidry, what do you think of the S Hybrid 161 for a 235-pound guy who chases POW and chases kids around? I think for chasing kids around, probably going to be fine. I think in POW, if you get into heavier stuff where there's like chunder underneath, you're probably going to overflex that board just due to your weight. So be prepared for that. You probably will overflex it. Is it a great POW board? Yes. Is it a board you could chase kids with? Yes. Is it the right board for you? Maybe. And I just think like you might benefit from maybe going up one size because I think there's a 63 in there. I think I once again a lot of shit floating around in my head. Plus 23 concussions. Can't always answer things as accurately as I wish I could. Cole Conrad, listening to a podcast with someone from Rod, I heard him say that the Orca is a copy of the War Pig. Is that true? And didn't the Burton Nug come before both of them? So the Orca is less War Pig and more Super Pig for how it rides. They ride entirely different, though. They have a completely different feel and personality. Yes, they're in that volume shifted category. And the Orca has kind of transcended from what it was originally as just a volume shifted powder board because everyone's like, I'm going to use it for carving and all mountain. Orca, 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 Travis Rice, Orca, Orca, Orca. Those of us that reviewed it, I think we reviewed it a little too well and we convinced people it could do other things. The Burton Nug did come first, but before the Burton Nug, there was K2 had a bunch of stuff with like the what was it? The Eldorado? No. The Fat Bobs. Fat Bobs. Moro had the lunch tray. Volume shifted boards aren't anything new. Plus, the Nug fucking sucked. The Nug just straight fucking sucked as a board. So but like anyone trying to claim that they created volume shifted at this point, it's not like that. It's like you should own what you did for the brand you worked with. Like if you created the War Pig, be like, we created this great thing, but to sit around and have to shit on or try to talk down another brand's version of what they're doing, it's not that, because all you guys are kind of late to the party if you actually look at the Nug, which the Nug fucking sucked, but there's so many boards out there. Okay, what else we got going on here? Okay. S2000 guy. Icon, base, X, Jackson Hole, and Snowmass, and didn't add any mountains. Wonder what sparked that. Okay. So my guess is crowding because Jackson Hole's so fucking crowded and Aspen's so crowded. It they're not crowded by any means. So I knew this was going to happen, but the bigger thing is KSL Partners, which is the financial arm of Alterra. They bought a shit ton of resorts. Expect more resorts to be added to it that they own or that they have partnerships with. This isn't going to end. It just means that things are going to change. I don't buy base passes. I buy so I never have to worry about blackouts. Yeah. April. Thoughts on the rail slam Maka Te's valet did at the women's Burton US Open? Did you see it? I thought she was fucking dead. It's on my Instagram story for anyone. Like, I link to it. She's fucking dead. That was fucking gnarly. Like, the level of concussion she just got from that, she's fucking dead. That was fucking brutal. That's like one of the few things that I've witnessed from the Open and was like, holy fuck. So yeah, that was. Whew. Damien Kyle, United Shapes Cadet versus Niche Maelstrom for a free ride deck for an ice coaster that takes a few weeks out west every winter. Go with the Maelstrom. You got that magna traction, serrated edges, whatever that bullshit is that they're calling it. It's going to grip better. I also think it's a better board for carving just with the taper on it. And the Maelstrom is like an underrated fucking gem. And as much as I hype it, no one else seems to have ridden it for any of the other reviewers. And believe me, there's a lot of bullshit reviewers out there, and I still don't think that they did it. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. What else we got going on here? V West, yo, I found a 2019 165 wide flagship for a great deal. I already have a Rome National 157, mid-wide Rome Pow Division, Moontail 53, Nightaker Mosquito 48. Would it be a good to add to the quiver? 6'1", 180 with a size 12 boot. Yes and no. Here's the thing, like, you're going to have a longer free ride board, which would be good in like icier, firmer conditions, especially if you're above tree line. You need that edge hold in there. And if it's a good deal and you think it's a good deal, yeah, the thing is you're going to have overlap amongst those other three boards. But I still think the days that you would take that out, you probably wouldn't be taking out those other three boards. So, I mean, if you think it's a good deal, you can swing it. Fuck it. Buy it. Let's see what else we got going on here. All right. T-Will, looking at a new ride, East Coast, and a lot of ice, mostly groomers and some trees. I was looking at new LibTech for magnet attractions. Any recommendations? Well, I mean, if you're looking for like an all mountain board, they can do it. They make some stuff. I mean, definitely check out the E-Jack knife, maybe the GNU anti-gravity. If you want something a little more directional that's fun but softer, there's the Hyper Keyar from GNU. Just ask yourself, what camber profile do you want? And what flex pattern do you want? Because you've got so many fucking options between GNU and LibTech there, and you got that magnet traction as well. But if you're looking for, like, you still want magnet traction, you want to think outside the box, you could also look at Jones, Rosinal, Niche as well. So you've got plenty of options out there. Plus, Grip Tech from Arbor is an underrated edge tech as well. So, definitely consider that. All right. All right. What else we got going on here? I feel like we're catching up on questions. Water bottle. Your opinion on how Corey Smith views kooks above locals? Fucking think it's amazing that he's turned it into a whole marketing campaign. It's all bullshit. It's just marketing, but he's making it work. It's funny. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see. Vincent Do. After getting my fifth longboard, I had a hard rule of having max of two one thing. Ended up just having just one in most cases. Usually couldn't decide on the second thing since I don't trust 10-sided die. Dude, you know what? It is what it is. If you want to own 100 fucking snowboards, who am I to tell you not to? It's not affecting me in the slightest. So, uh, fucking buy 100 of everything. And if someone wants to buy me a Ferrari, I'm totally fine with that. There's a 1991 down for sale in Denver. It's canary yellow. It's only $63,000. You could totally buy it for me. I have no place to park it, but I just want to hoard cars. It'll be fine. And if anyone knows where I can find an 84 Ferrari from Magnum PI, I'm all about it. Also, I have no problem with someone buying me that 66 Barracuda or that 77 Trans Am from Smokey and the Bandit. I'm fine with that. Or the 79. So, yeah. Hoard whatever the fuck you want as long as you're not hurting yourself or other people. Two Thumbs Workshop, $2 super chat for the 91. I'll probably put that actually for the 69 Firebird. I might be test driving tomorrow. It's a convertible. I'm going to light the fucking tires up on it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What else we got going on here? Brian Mullane, got my first pair of Hestra trigger mitts. Totally sick. Someone stole one of my fucking Hestra trigger mitts. Those things are fucking warm as shit. And as long as you leather treat them, they will last for fucking ever. Like, I know people that have Hestras that are 20 years old. 20 years? Who the fuck keeps a glove that long? You know? Fuck. It's amazing. Ooh, here we go. Jake XSV, top 5 retro sports cars to show up to the mountains in. All right. 77 Trans Am with the T-tops out and snowboard pop through. 84 Ferrari from Magnum PI. We'll take the 71 Hemi Cuda, not the convertible from Nash Bridges, which was actually a 70 that they replicated to make look like a 71. We want the 71 from Phantasm 2, not the one from Phantasm 1. Hardtop. Plum Crazy Purple. On that as well. I want a 77 Bronco as well, lifted, fire engine red with the white top on it. And for good measure, we want the 88 Lambo Countach. You're putting your snowboard in the front seat. You ain't coming with anyone else in there, and your boots probably won't even fit in the freaking trunk. Doesn't matter. It's a Lambo, and it's a Countach. And it needs to be black with gold. There's one for sale in Denver. It's only $399,000. Buy a house, buy a Lambo. I'm not really sure which way I would go with this. Kind of thinking I want the Lambo. It's only got 8,000 miles on it. I could rent that fucker out for fucking people for all the influencers out there to roll around on the hood on it and shit. Although classic car insurance on that thing is probably pretty pricey. All right. All right, guys. Anyways, we're over an hour into this stream. I'm going to cut it off now. We'll be back at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for Angry Late Night. Got some stories for you guys. We're going to answer more questions for you guys. Appreciate everyone that tuned in for this, everyone that gave a thumbs up. Remember, if you're going to Copper Mountain this weekend, free LibTech demo in Center Village. Go see my friend Matt Olson. Tell him Avran sent you. He's got a ton of Orcas. Someone else needs to go ride that Doughboy Shredder 195 for sure as well. Also, he's got the Retro Mayhem Swallowtail, which actually, with the way the snow is, it's probably going to be chunder busting. The new E-Jack knife looks good. Yeah, so I'll see you guys at 7 p.m. We got about 2 hours till then. So, tune in, have fun, do that type of stuff. Also, if you want to support us, you could always swing over to Angry Snowboarder VIP, sign up, become a member. We got sticker tiers over there, or you could go to angrysnowboarderstore.com and buy stickers over there as well.